Okay, so this is part two of that first video. So anyway, like I said, those are methods that people use to soften your mind, to make you more accessible to mind control, hypnosis, and whatever instructions that they're trying to give to you. Um, it basically makes your mind very docile, like a sponge. So you're very easily influenced. Um, this is something that when you look back at history and you look at what Hitler was doing, Hitler and his scientists were doing to the Jews. These are probably methods that they used. The Koreans in the Korean War. With American prisoners. These are methods that they use to place people under mind control and to program them. Um, some time has passed, and throughout the years, I've had jobs, lost jobs, um, lost jobs because managers felt that they can curse at me, yell at me, basically try to demean me, and I just was not going for it. I've always been fighting this. So these people target you in your workplace, make it uncomfortable for you. So basically, when you go through numerous amount of jobs, no one will want to hire you because the first thing they're going to look at and say, well, wow, you've had so many jobs in the past 2 years, and they think that that you might be a problem or you might not be a good worker. But which is not true, because I'm the type of person that has always gone above and beyond for my employers. And just to illustrate that fact, I remember I used to work for a printing company in Long Island City, and I would leave, go home at night, and they would call me on the phone in my bed and say, "Hey, Neil, we need you to come back because something went wrong on the press, and we need you to fix this and output new plates for us." And I would get up out of my bed at 2 o'clock at night, okay, drive from Brooklyn all the way to Long Island City to fix a job that would take me an hour to fix. See, that's the type of dedication and above and beyond duties that I've done. So it's one thing, I'm not lazy. I try to be thorough in everything I do. But like I said, when these people are doing things to mess with your career, to mess with your livelihood, um, it's just something that is despicable. Um, I left New York City, um, come to Charlotte, and it's basically the same thing, but I'm able to deal with it better here because there's less people. But I still get the targeting. I still hear the sirens of the fire truck. When there's no fire, the ambulances. Um, the only thing that's missing, I don't see as many garbage trucks, but I do see some sometimes. There are times when I walk up my apartment complex. There are people there, just acting strangely. So even the way when people talk to you, they talk strange to you. While I was at the printing company in Manhattan, there was a gentleman, and I'll just say his name. His name was Al. I'm not gonna say his last name, but there were twoAls who worked at this place, and one was younger, one was older. The younger Al, basically, whenever this was while this was going on, I would be sitting at the computer, and he would stand behind me, and he would ask me questions, and when I answer questions, he would use the tone, "Oh, okay. Oh, okay," for every question that I've answered. So whenever people say that to me, and they sound, like that, it really irritates me because I truly believe that this gentleman, well, everybody at that company had a part in doing what was done to me. But for some reason, I just feel like this gentleman was probably one of the main culprits. So when I hear that, it makes me very uncomfortable. It makes me uneasy around people. It's like this person is haunting me. This person is stalking me. This person is just obsessed with trying to make my life miserable. And I may be wrong. I may be right, but that's just how I feel. There have been women who were planted in my life just to try to make my life miserable. And then when you try to talk to them about this issue, the first thing they say, well, you're crazy, whatever, whatever. I went to the health department. I usually go and get STD testing every year, and I had a sexual encounter with someone I've been, sleeping with for quite a while now. And after that, the next day, I kind of felt strange. In my scrotum area felt it felt uncomfortable. It felt kind of strange. So I went to the clinic, and they ran tests and took some blood and urine sample, and said they would call me back, and got checked out, and everything looked fine. And so the doctor she said that it might be just a jock itch or whatever. So she recommended Lotrimin AF, which I went and got and applied it to my scrotum area. And I still feel that strange feeling there. Nothing burning, no redness, no blisters or nothing like that. But it just feels strange, like maybe I may have a yeast infection. Which she probably says is probably more than likely. But why would you recommend Lotrimin to me? Is that like a normal a normal cure, over the counter cure for a male yeast infection? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've read online that it's not. So I'm just waiting on those results. But these are things that that they do. Like I said in the previous video, in terms of stalking me with a gentleman by the name of Steve or whatever. And and these women are not only sleeping with me, but they're sleeping with him. And it's just like they're trying to make it seem like a competition thing between me and this gentleman, whatever. But he's in the background, he's hiding, like a coward, like the rest of them are all cowards. I've been poisoned. My truck, my property has been damaged. Money has been stolen from me. I mean, this type of stuff is really ridiculous, and it really makes me angry. As a TI, as someone who's been human rights, my God-given rights, my civil rights have been, violated, my constitutional rights. It's like I feel like I have no privacy. I feel like, rumors are being spread about me. I feel like I am being, put into a position of meeting people, and then feeling like I'm being forced into dealing with people, to have certain relationships, by telling other folks, well, maybe, don't talk to him or don't get involved with him, that kind of thing. And, so it kind of pushes you towards that person that's showing you a little bit of love, showing you a little bit of attention. There's a term for that, in the law, and that's called entrapment. You cannot try to box somebody in, for whatever reason, whatever you're trying to do, because they're always trying to make it seem like, there's an investigation going on, and if you don't do what they say, then you're going to be arrested, or possibly, they try to threaten you with physical harm. And that's the end of this video.